Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pain in the ass to restore your car in Thailand. Before I got my car to looking like this, here are the list of BS things that I have to gone through and I wish that I knew before I got into it. Alright guys, things number one, buying a car from a guy in Thailand, especially when the car is 30 years old, there's more than one previous owner. Now, I don't know what the fuck these previous owners were thinking, but you can tell an owner personality by how the car is treated. No offense to anybody who previously owned this car, but I believe that a lot of things that has been done to this car when it was broken because of time or the weather in Thailand is that they took an easy way out or the quick fix out. They didn't go the right route or get the genuine certified Mercedes shop. Now, you don't have to be a certified Mercedes mechanic to fix certain things, but things like paint job, when you don't get the correct Daimler Chrysler code, you're gonna mess up paint color or the wrong type of lacquer. And in my case, the first thing is really funny. The guy had a fake Brabus rim on the car, and we went to get their alignment and check out all the footwork, see if we have to change all the rubber component, the brake, the suspension. Turns out that the car stance was uneven. So we found out the quick way what the problem was, and drum rolls, guess what guys? The spring was cut because the guy wanted to lower the car, but the spring wasn't cut evenly. Like, how dumb does the engineer have to be to, like, bro, it's only 1, 2, 3 centimeter, right? Like, how dumb or how blind or how drunk were the engineer to cut the spring uneven? So that was the first problem that we encountered. We quickly fixed that, but backtrack a little bit before that. The first engineering shop I went to wasn't my shop, and here's a funny story that the engineer that my friend sent me to told me that in the Mercedes there's a pad that holds all the spring and suspension, and all the pad was not even, so he wanted us to order all the pads. I thought it was sketchy, I didn't trust him. I was like, how could the pad be all uneven and all that stuff? Luckily I didn't go with them, I would have wasted a lot more money. So then I went to my guy. So that's that's the first thing done, yeah? The second thing we did to the car was the body kit. It was Rolenser. Yeah, right. It was Thailandser. I don't think the front bumper and the back bumper were a replica of Rolenser bumper. It was the actual mold, man. That thing was hard, bro. It was made like from plaster. So I quickly changed that and got the genuine Mercedes bumper, front, back, and side. Made it two-tone, got the color to be, I think it was like DB 007 or 009 or something. So now it's two-tone, like black with gray. Super amazing. And you know, well, I got this car for cheap, so I'm not gonna complain about it. But I'm just saying, like, 99% of the shop in Thailand or the mechanic in Thailand would just take a quick way or an easy way out. And an easy way, usually you come back the second time in like a month or two. That's not the way you want to do it. I mean, for example, like the spring, cutting it is about $60 here in Thailand, maybe $70. But a new secondhand spring, which by the way, they guarantee to last, I think like 1,000,000 miles of the one spring, or spring. You can get H&R, you can get Bilstein, you can get AMG, and that's about $100. So you see where 60 and 70 versus $100, $30 different, but it will last you a lifetime. They don't do that, man. They're like, oh my God, $30, I can buy Leo beer now. That mentality gotta go. What else did we find wrong with the car? I think like all the wires was also wrong with the car. All the body panel and all the alignment was also wrong. So we took care of that. We took care of all the alignment. And we quickly came to see, because our shop is a restoration shop. So we specialize in all the leather, the upholstery. So taking the pillar out, turns out that the pillar of the car were wrapped in the wrong type of leather. Now, what's even worse about that is when I customized my roof line and when I customized my door panel, I sketched a line. Like, I want 3 lines on the door panel because I don't want that wrinkly nutsack looking door panel thing. I want the roof line to be clean. Here's the stitching. I bought it from Japan. Use this mustard color because it, you know, it gives the color complementary to the door and the beige interior of the car. It brings the accent, pop-up color. So I went to Hungary. I came back. Not only did the upholstery guy stitched the distance between 3 different stripes wrong, like you see by your naked eyes. He also didn't use the stitching that I bought him from Hungary. Now here's the kicker, guys. He goes, hey man, these stitchings are so thick I can't pin it through the hole, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, my dude, remember my black Mercedes AMG? Remember my Lexus? Remember my other car, the Mercedes? You did 3 of my cars already, my guy. You gonna tell me that your stitching doesn't fit your sewing machine, that this thing is something new? Come on, man. Don't try to be bullshitting my way out. Like, and you're like, what, he made that face. You know what I'm talking about, you've been in Thailand, that dumbfounded face. And yeah, he was like, oh, fix it, I'll fix it. And I go, hey man, the distance between the stitching is not even. It's 3 stitching, right? So it's 100, if it's 100 meter between 3 stitching, it's 33.3 each. He's like, oh, it looks even. I'm like, bring me the ruler. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, one was 27, one was 25. It was off, got it fixed for free. Obviously you have to take care of it, but it wasted my time. Third, last but not least, there's actually more, but I'll just give you 3 things that I have to go through to bring this car back to life right now. We had the Lorenzer exhaust system. My friend was like, yo, this is fake. Let's get a new system. I was like, no, bro, that's real. That's probably one of the only real thing Lorenzer that came with the car. So he got the exhaust out, and they got this exhaust made out of like aluminum or something. Got the assistant of my friend's shop to go get it done. Sends me the picture, and like, have you ever seen an apple, like you bit into an apple and like everything is uneven according to your teeth mark? That's what the tip of my exhaust looked like. That's really effed up, man. And I was like, and he was like, hey man, can you go check tomorrow? I was like, dude, if you send your assistant to do it and he can do only this and he thinks it's okay, he deserves to get fired. Now, by no means that I hate this assistant. It's actually kind of like a friend of mine. But like, you should have more brain to install an exhaust, or more brain to talk to the guy that's installing the exhaust. That, my dude, this is uneven. Please make it even. Long story short, I went to the shop. I was like, dude, it's uneven. It's not even 45 degrees. It looked like a rat bit off your aluminum tips. And he couldn't see it. He couldn't see it at all. So I draw a picture. And you know, by some God miracle, the next morning I came to the shop and he put the pre-made aluminum exhaust tip or stainless steel exhaust tip into the car. I'm like, yes, this is exactly what it is. But my question to you is that if you send your assistant, and this guy was trying to rip off the assistant by giving a rat bit exhaust tip style, and the assistant didn't even know that he was trying to rip you off, and he was like, yo, this is cool. What the hell is wrong with you? Like, how could you be that dumb? How could you be okay with just mediocre stuff? And that's the problem, guys. That's the problem with like dealing with Thai people or like the society in general, that the standard level is quite low here, but their craftsmanship, if you push them a little bit and give them a little bit of beer, they'll be okay. They'll love you forever. Like, you know, I bought my guy 3 bottles of beer today and he like redid the detail on the engine hood for me today for free. But it's like, you just constantly have to feed them beer or alcohol to get things right, which is something like I'm okay with drinking with you the first and second time, but I don't want to face that problem more and more. But moving forward, there are more things that were wrong with the car and getting it fixed. So instead of fixing in 1 month, it takes 3 months because time in Thailand works different than the rest of the world. But I do believe that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, that I can actually restore these W124s once a month or 2 cars per month now. Having said that, I've made all this connection. I know where to go to get the right and genuine part. Now, some parts are probably harder to find or order, so it depends, but here's what I want to do. I want to produce a W124 every month, 1 car, different style, classic, genuine, E500, hammer, or retro modded. Eventually moving up to like after the 50th or the 30th car I do, I want to do more outrageous and bring more technology and 3D printing into the car with more of a color that are up to date, right? Like a lot of AMG code, like desert sand color or olive green color or like China blue into these cars, and hopefully, you know, be the gunter work of a W124 or the Nagaisang. You can call me Mike Sang. And that's what we're heading towards. I live in Thailand. The pros is that things are easier to access here and labor is a lot cheaper. The cons is they're lazy or they're just okay with being under the standard, which is something you gotta fix. I thought about it so many times and I gave up so many projects because I had to deal with that. But you know, the road to success and the road to being an entrepreneur, of being a good entrepreneur and succeeding, is that you got to stick with your craft long enough for you to succeed. I don't think these guys are bad people. I don't think these guys are, nobody's really lazy. I think they're just ignorant. Ignorant is bliss. But with a little push, I think I can push this guy forward and have a team, or my Thai Avenger assemble, a team to build W124 that the world's gonna love, starting with Thailand. So this is just my rant and my experience of working with people in Thai in general, the pros and the cons. I think it's funny and hideous at the same time. And, you know, kind of like my update of what's going on next with the W124 modification project. This is my 4th one. I already got my 5th one. It's gonna be a custom build that looks like my first one, which is Yanase. The guy wanna pay me an installment, which is fine. You know, it's the first client, which is fine. Cause like every Thai people is like, I don't think my wife's gonna, like, my nigga, like, you listen to your wife at home? Your wife's the one who's giving authority on what car you can drive and spend your money on? You're pussy, no offense. And if you hear this, you're pussy. But it's hard, like, be a man, be a man, come on, man. But hey, that's your problem. If you gotta listen to your wife, you gotta listen to your wife. You don't wanna be an alpha? Well, this is the only advice I can give you. But yeah, man, at least he's doing it. And I'm excited to dip into that project. It'll be my 5th car. And I'm just happy to have recognition and traction that people start noticing that we're custom doing these. And I really want to produce just 1 W124 or 2 W124 every month. It's probably going to be 1 every 2 months in Thailand. And after the 30th car, I really want to customize it with the body part, the interior, with different fabric, upholstery, and really bring up the standard and bring like the modern tech inside. I already got so many things in the pipeline. I'm not gonna tell you guys, I'm just gonna show you guys. And yeah, man, that's it for this video. The next video is gonna be the restoration process. Each details of what we have to go through, how we did it, how we fixed the problem, and how we basically bring this ugly ducky into this beautiful Mercedes W124 300 CE Coupe. God, that's a mouthful. So yeah, man, that's that. Let me rant a little bit. Don't forget, guys, like, subscribe for more details on this. Life update, W124s, AMGs, and we're getting into M-Car real soon. Don't forget, man, bell notification, like, subscribe. Peace and love, yo.